What's up, guys? We're back with more Funko Fusion. It's me, HTG Brian, and next up we got The Thing, Level 4, Head Hunted Fun Play. That's right, we're going to chase down all those collectibles, including a vinyl tube that's going to cost us 50,000 vinyl. Now, luckily for us, there are tons of brown boxes that provide all sorts of the vinyl orbs. We should have no problem stacking those chips and getting that crown. Now, quick reminder, we do have quick links down below in the video description. And here we are in the Funko Factory Hub world for The Thing, where we're going to make our way over to door number 4 and enter the second to last level of The Thing, which I have to admit, I'm pretty stoked to be almost done with this area. Not my favorite area for multiple reasons, but we'll save that for later. After a quick peek at the collectibles, we'll go ahead and do a few ground pounds. And I just want to remind everybody, too, all cutscenes and non-essential gameplay have been removed. So if you're wondering where the cutscenes are, they have been removed. All right, flip the switch and go ahead and jump across the hallway and open up our first brown box. Now, the cue here is to go ahead and find Blair and fight him. But we're going to go ahead and do a 4-lever puzzle first. So on the left side of the hallway, we should find the first one. Turn around and go all the way back down to the hard right, and flip a U-turn and go all the way down to the far left, and then back one more time. That's right, lots of U-turns in this 4-lever puzzle. We'll go ahead and go into the computer room, flip switch number 4, and booyah-ka-show! There should be a silver crown on the floor. Next, let's go ahead and use the door separating the two computer rooms to go to the second area over here, where by the exit, we're going to find our first turntable. There are 5 of these, and we'll show you where they all are as we scatter throughout, but unfortunately, we can't get them back to back to back, so if you're in a hurry to find those, use the quick links down below. Right across from the room we spawned in is a blue mold machine. We're going to go ahead and use that to mold the first of 2 gas canisters, which we will then take all the way down this long hallway and outside the building. Now, if you've played any of these levels, you probably already know the flares are the safe spots, so let's go ahead and stay within those distances. Now, right on the edge of the lit up area, the sort of the pinky orange area, we're going to drop this propane tank and shoot it once to go ahead and provide a little bit more cover from the snow. Now, we're going to run back and repeat this process, as we're going to need to go ahead and jump from one flare to another, but there's quite a bit of dead space in between, and as you know, it'll get a little frosty and probably end up taking down your character, requiring you to go ahead and find a character swap box, and of course, mold yourself a new body. Over in the corner across from the mold machine is going to be a brown box. Again, we recommend smashing and grabbing any and all vinyl you can, as we are going to need 50,000 to get that silver crown out of the tube. But don't worry, there's plenty. You just got to make sure you do your homework along the way. All right, back outside we go. Now, this next part's kind of tricky. We're going to go ahead and recommend that you get right on the edge of the flare and yeet that propane tank by holding the left trigger and then hitting the right trigger. We're going to do that again and try to toss it out there so we got a little bit of distance on it. And, of course, there is a flare over by the front door. We're going to want to make sure we light that up before we make any attempts at it. Otherwise, you might find yourself a little bit frosty. Now that we're inside, you probably noticed there is a crime scene on the ground behind us, so we'll go ahead and mold ourselves a black light. There is no X that marks the spot, so just kind of put it right in the open here. Go ahead and activate this bad boy, and you should find 3 points of interest. Now, the one is sort of in the back middle right, and the next one is right on the floor in front of you, and the left one appears to be the dead body in the blue wrapped mat or tarp. Once you get all 3, it should provide a fuse, which we can slap into the fuse holder, access the security camera, and look at this. We've got ourselves a quick little puzzle of connect the dots, la la la. I mean, it's not quite, but it is sort of reminiscent of it. So go ahead and route the power all the way over. It should power up a portal, giving us access. Look at that. Woo to the hoo-hoo-hoo. Inside, we're going to grab and pound as much vinyl as possible while also cracking open this silver chest and reaping the rewards, which happens to be silver crown number 2. All right, next up, we're going to try to safely make our way back into the building, but along our journey, we're actually going to find the KFC Bucket. You might have noticed it on your first return with that propane tank, and be careful out here. It is cold, I tell you what. All right, up on the building, right above the door to the right is going to be the KFC Bucket. It's flashing pretty good. It's hard to miss, so you should be able to nail that bad boy with whichever character you have. Inside, we're going to go back down and to the left. Once we get into the main hallways here, we're going to take a right and go into the bathroom. Inside, we got lots of closed doors. We're going to shoot those, and as you can see, it pukes out quite a bit of vinyl. We'll take every bit of it. There's also a free soda. Make sure you grab that up because you never know when you'll need it. Above the old toilets is going to be a wheel. Go ahead and shoot that bad boy down, place it, and spin to win. Watch the water come in from above the shower. Why couldn't we just turn on the shower? Regardless, it reveals a green proto chest. We'll go ahead and crack that open, grab our Protopart, and take it to the nearest green mold machine, which happens to be pretty close. Usually the game's pretty good about telling you where the nearest one is, and in this case, it's in the spawn room, where we could go ahead and slam dunketh and get 4 of 5. We only have one more part to get before we have another special soda. All right, back out in the hallway. We got lots of stuff to smash and grab before we take a left into the next room, which you can already see has the Foxxo body part, but also has some vinylage. That's right, we got a brown chest and a couple of things to smash. Pick up that body part, and before you leave the room, let's go ahead and turn around and make note of the desk to the right of the door. Right above the desk happens to be turntable number 2. So we'll go ahead and get your DJ on, and comments regarding my DJ noises are always welcome down below as well. All right, into the next room on the left, we've got the dining room. Lots of tables to smash and grab some vinyl. Now, like a big dummy, I do all the small stuff, and I walk right by a brown chest, which could have provided a bunch more. As we proceed down the hallway, I make a wrong turn here. In fact, like Bugs Bunny always says, we should have made a left at Albuquerque. But instead, I took a right. We'll go ahead and double back. Really, what we're looking for is the next room on the left side, which is the activity room. Nice little mini bar over here. And then, of course, we've got some nice little fun amenities like a pool table, ping pong. Even got ourselves a jukebox. You can see it over there. In the corner where we once found a red proto chest locked behind a laser wall, there is a stashed brown chest. I recommend getting that just because now we're officially over the 50,000, so I'm going to slow down a little bit, but still focus on getting things. Make your way into the kennel if you can remember how to get there. And inside should be a silver chest. This one's pretty easy. It's just a find and open. Luckily for us, there's no battlage or anything that happens. Make sure you grab it before you bail. And we're going to go ahead and retrace our steps and get back into that main hallway again. This time, we're going to grab a soda at the soda machine because we ran right by it. And who doesn't like a free soda? Into the room on the right happens to be the old vinyl tube. There's also another brown chest in here. Recommend grabbing that as well. Because not only are we needing that 50K, we also are stacking those chips for the trophy achievement for achieving 5 million vinyl total. And I think we're just creeping on like 3 million or so. It's 22.5. I don't know, something like that. We're a long ways away from where we need to be, though. All right, go ahead and make your way down the hallway to the right into the exit point here. But before you leave, go ahead and switch on over to number 5. Once we get outside, we're actually going to find ourselves a giant snowman. We're going to pop its lid off, and below it is going to be a couple of arrows, indicating that we have a spot to teleport or spatial jump or blink, whatever you want to call it. We'll go ahead and use those now and get inside. Once inside this little secret area, we're going to find a silver chest. Beware, though, as soon as you activate it or try to open it, it's going to spawn a bunch of bad guys. Now we'll go ahead and errati these baddies while using our sweet footwork to avoid taking any damage. And once you get all of them done it should give you a nice little celebratory sound, and the purple goo should explode, giving you access to the chest. We'll go ahead and collect all the vinyl that was left behind, because again, although we've already got our 50,000, we're still working towards 5 million overall. Make sure you grab the chest before taking off, flip the switch to get back out the door, and back in the main building we will go. This time, we're actually going to follow what the game wants us to do, which is fight Blair. And along the way, we're actually going to find ourselves the Amber Fossil. Just because we love the speed and the laser gun of Starbuck, we're going to switch back over. You feel free to switch to whichever character you like doing boss battles with. And we'll go all the way back down. We're heading towards that exclamation point at the far end of the building. Once we get there, like I said, there's going to be an Amber Fossil on the right-hand side of the room in a wheelbarrow. So make sure you swoop that up, because here in a minute, once you activate this battle, he's going to jump from spot to spot to spot. Each time he does that, he throws a bunch of dynamite and lights the place on fire, and it's sort of hard to navigate without taking damage. Also, before going in, make sure on the back left side of the laundromat you take out turntable number 3, which we're a little behind on as far as the commentary goes, but just note that as soon as you go in there, he's going to start yeeting those dynamite sticks, and the goal here is to sort of wait for him to pop open that propane tank, which he's got a lot of these propane tanks, and I'm not exactly sure where he's storing them, but I guess we shouldn't ask too many questions. I was once told, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Another little tip I'm going to give you, too, is that when he runs from room to room, he will run into like a charging bull. That actually can combo you and kill you. So be aware of that and try to stay out of the way of the door, because if he hits you just right, he will juggle you and do tons and tons of damage. And again, it could even require you to respawn at a vinyl character box. Use extreme caution while following him down the hallway, because not only does he drop the big ones that light everything on fire, he also throws some pretty sneaky, unsuspectingly quick explosions out at you, which, could deplete your meter, and nobody wants that. Keep in mind, too, there are some free sodas scattered around. We already grabbed this one, but just be aware of that because you might need to, take a little drinky poo and get that health back up. Now, I always recommend using the environment to help you throughout these things, and here we can sort of hide behind the wall, keep peeking through the doorway, waiting for that propane tank to pop out. I've been told that you need to go a little closer to trigger some of those propanes, so every once in a while, if I don't get what I'm looking for right away, I'll enter the room and wait for him, and there it is. See, it could have happened if I would have stayed out there, but also if it's not popping the propane tank, just advance into the room a little bit, but just try to, not take any damage from the explosives. Usually it's the rule of 3 moving forward, so once we hit the 3rd propane tank, he should throw the big dynamite, and it'll light the whole room on fire. And I found that, there's like some safe spots on the ground, but they don't always match up with where the fire actually happens. Now, I made another wrong turn here. He goes outside the building here in a second, but I was a little too early on this, so thought about editing that out, but, sometimes I do make mistakes, and it's always good to show or fess up to them when I do. Following him down the hallway again, proceed with caution, as he's going to drop those sneaky dynamite sticks, and nobody wants that. All right, into the next room up here, he's going to take a nice little turn, and this actually triggered a cutscene, which has been removed, and it sort of spawns the, what are they called? The headhunters. So watch out for those. Unfortunately, the dynamite sticks don't seem to hurt them. You'd think that they'd at least catch on fire if they ran through some fire, but doesn't appear to be the case. I'm going to use the environment again to my advantage here, sort of blocking these explosions. And eventually he's going to pop out another propane tank and go charging down the hallway, which I believe the next stop is going to be the bathroom. Once he gets to the activity room, though, we got to be on alert for that red orb baddie, because he's going to spawn pretty soon, and we got to chase him down and make sure we get that red Protopart to go, what is it, the Thing-ferno, the special weapon? All right, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Looks like he went right across the hallway. You can sort of follow the old headhunters, and you can see the dynamite getting yeeted across the room. I recommend taking out both headhunters before really playing the old dynamite dance here, as he's going to be continuously throwing these things. Now he's throwing 5 at a time, and usually if he misses all 5, he'll pull out that propane tank and try to get you with the big bada boom, but we know what to do. I'm using these pipes here to my advantage, and he's not taking the bait. I was hoping he was going to pop out another propane tank. And again, once he gets ready to charge, he'll throw all the dynamite at once, sort of lighten the room on fire. And that's when we got to make sure we're clear of the doorway and his path. Otherwise, he might do some juggling, and you don't want to take that damage. And see, there we go. We're standing in a safe spot, and then all of a sudden it blows up, and I'm on fire. All right, next room, we got some headhunters crawling across the top, and we got some little mini-me's, too. That's right. So we'll go ahead and work on both high and lows, following him into and across the old bedroom or sleeping area, and out the doorway to the left. Now, hey, there's a brown chest here. Let's go ahead and crack this open. Now that the coast is clear, anyways. And out we go into another fiery hallway. He takes a right-hand turn into the next room. Now, this is where we got to be on alert for the red Protopart. He should be running around in the activity room. There he goes. Did you see him? He went from left to right, and it looked like he was going to bail out this doorway here, but it turns out he does not. So just kind of keep on the lookout for him, and all of a sudden, I think he pops up right behind us. Yep, there he is. All right, we'll go ahead and take him down and immediately grab the red Protopart, and we're going to take it all the way down the hallway back to the spawn point, which happens to be the same place we took the green Protopart earlier, As per usual, the game does a pretty good job of indicating where the nearest red machine or green machine, whichever part you have, and we slam dunked it. So we only have one more part to get that Thing-ferno weapon, which I'm not sure, was that just like a flamethrower? I haven't used it yet. So, in fact, I haven't used really any of the red weapons. We've been able to sort of not deal with any of the gold chests or red weapons as we've been playing through story and fun play. So, all right, we're doing the old dynamite dance one more time. He's going to start throwing more and more and more on the floor, and eventually he'll pull out a propane tank. Go ahead and hit him, and he's out of there. He's going to head down the hallway, and this time he should take a left and go outside, which is where we thought he was going long ago. Eventually, we'll get out there. I think he gets me with a dynamite stick right here with sneaky one. Super sneaky. And he's going to run all the way over to the far left of the area, sort of by the old helicopter crashed building that we found that silver chest in with the crime scene puzzle. Now, there are some bigs and littles out here. We got to take them down. Slowly proceed with caution. And over on the far left side of the area should be another cutscene trigger point, which, as you can see, we just removed. And now we got to take out all the tentacly-like things. And basically, it's a rinse and repeat. It starts off with 3 bad guys you got to take down. Once they're all removed, you go for the main heart, which happens to be old Blair. I almost called him Blake. And you'll see that text go from white to orange to red. It'll go to red X's, and then it'll spawn some more bad guys, and we just got to rinse and repeat this. Now, there is sort of a safe spot over here in front of the old snowcat where they will not attack you once you get far enough. Now, be careful not to get into the cold snow bits and stay right next to those flares. And, of course, we're just going to rinse and repeat this one more time. After this, he's going to drop the fun key, which we're going to go ahead and swoop it up and take it over and unlock a new area. It's also going to lead to the next turntable and to where we sort of find ourselves in the final battle with Blair. And there's actually even a silver chest down in his little nest, we'll call it. It's like a UFO down there. You'll see. You've probably already seen it played through story. But, all right, we got that. I believe they call them the Angry Norwegians. I can't remember. I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying that, because I got no beef, I promise. I just think that's what they call them. But there should be 5, I think, this time. Once all 5 are gone, go for the heart again. Watch that text go from white to orange to red. And booyakashow, we've got ourselves the fun key on the ground. Make sure you grab that. It can be kind of distracting by getting attacked, so last thing you want to do is make an extra trip over to this doorway here and then have to find out you don't have the key in hand. But we do, and we're going to go ahead and spin to win and open the door. You might have noticed that the old turntable 4 of 5 note has popped up, so that's actually going to be in this room behind the green proto machine. That's right. So over in the far right side of the room right now, you can see it chilling on a little couple of boxes there. Make sure you pop that before you drop down. If you have not already, shoot the old propane tank, make it explode. It should melt the red grate down below, and we're going to go ahead and drop it like it's hot. In fact, it is quite hot. We got a small little cavernous area here, and Blair is angry. You can see his eyes are all purple. There's a character swap box on the far right. I'm going to recommend you immediately run over and switch to He-Man. Once he actually is defeated, he's going to make this whole area explode and go on fire. It is possible to get to the box, but I recommend getting it first just because it's a little extra tricky. Now, if you're wondering why we chose He-Man, you probably haven't looked to the far left side of the cavernous area, as there are some gold bricks. In fact, they're right behind us right now. Those are a little tricky too, because once he throws the big dynamite and everything's on fire, it's kind of hard to get to the gold. But as long as you spam the old attack button for the gold, which happens to be square for us, it'll pop open an icon when you get close enough. And I actually pressed it once and I let off, and it actually catches me on fire and I lose a little bit of health. Immediately spam it again, and although I have a fresh new look here, I was able to go ahead and destroy the gold and crack open this chest and grab that crown from the ground. So we officially have 6 of the 7 silver crowns. I'm going to go ahead and use the old soda machine here, because who doesn't like a free soda? And you can see I ran around the fire. There's a nice little pathway there to get to that. And I swapped back to my fast character, Starbuck. There happens to be a headhunter waiting for you, so make sure you take them out. We're going to need to use this blue mold machine and mold ourselves a bounce pad so we can get our baboing on and get on out of here. Go ahead and do that. I recommend using the bounce pad and doing a roll to go ahead and get out. Now we're going to follow Blair back inside, and as soon as we get inside the building, not only does it yeet a couple of sticks of dynamite at us, but it also recommends that we go find the crown and grab it. We're not going to do that yet. We're not going to follow him down those stairs. We're actually going to go into the hallway to the right and take the first left into what appears to be like an office space. I don't know nothing about no TPS reports, but there was a turntable in the right side of the room when we come in there, and that should give us all 5. The silver chest is in the back, and we're going to open that up, and oh no, we get attacked by some more bad guys. So I'm not sure exactly where these guys spawn from, probably from the room down below the stairs where Blair wanted us to follow him anyways. We'll take them all out. Make sure you grab the crown before you leave, and all right. So we got everything we need, and now we can go ahead and run back out the hallway to the right, down the stairs to the left, and the crown should be waiting for us. Go ahead and collect it, and into the final totals we go. That's right. See, look at that. We are getting pretty close to that 3 million point, although we only have, like, what, 8 levels left? 6, 7 levels left. Only 7 main levels left. We also have the character cameo quest, which should give us some vinyl along the way too, but a long ways away from 5 Milski. So back out into the Funko Factory Hub world for the Thing. And that's right, we only have 1 more door left before we make our way to the Battlestar Galactica area. And that'll wrap it up for not only this video, but the game once we get done with those BSG levels. So anyways, hey, check us out on social media. If you have not already, please check out HappyThumbsGaming.com. We got HTG merch at HTGmerch.com. So if you're looking for a hoodie or a new t-shirt or something to wear, now's the perfect time to go ahead and swoop it up. But hey guys, as for me, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time, see ya.